So how does it all look? Is my hair good? It's all good.
I didn't know much about him.
Well, that's just not true. I'm not sure exactly what the outcome will be, but definitely not.
People close to Meghan are whispering that her struggles are no longer quiet, that the cracks she's been trying to hide are beginning to spread, that the world is about to see a different Meghan, not the confident duchess in designer dresses, but a woman fighting battles she can no longer control. And tonight, we're stepping into that world, the world where her private habits, her emotional outbursts, her drinking, her parenting, and even her marriage are finally catching up with her. This is the story of how Meghan Markle's struggles went from whispered secrets to loud public warnings. And it all begins on the night everything came spilling out. It started at a glamorous party, one of those events where everyone looks perfect, the lights are soft, and the music is just loud enough to make people feel important. Meghan arrived dressed like she always does, elegant, polished, ready for photos. But as the night went on, something changed. Sources at the event say Meghan wasn't just sipping a drink, she was living in it. Each hour, her voice grew louder, her laugh sharper, her steps less steady. And then the comments started. At first, people thought she was joking, but then the room shifted. Meghan began talking about Harry, not in a loving way, not in a protective way, but in a way that left guests stunned. She shared things that were far too personal, far too private, intimate details that no partner would ever want repeated. Every time she lifted her glass, the words got stronger. The tone got harsher. People began stepping back, moving to the edges of the room, pretending to look at their phones or talk to someone else. Anything to escape the tension. It was the first moment outsiders realized Meghan wasn't just having a rough night. She was unraveling, and nobody could stop it. What happened at that party wasn't a one-time slip. Behind closed doors, word from people around Meghan paints a much more serious picture, one that has been building for months. They say Meghan drinks all day, not after lunch, not in the evenings. All day. She reportedly believes that constant drinking is just part of being a wealthy mother, a lifestyle choice, the kind of thing celebrities do without needing to apologize. But the people living closest to her disagree. They've been worried for a long time, worried enough to try and pull her back. Sources claim that 2, even 3 times they approached her about rehab, quietly, carefully, hoping she would listen. She didn't. She refused each time, insisting there was nothing wrong with her, insisting she was in control. But her behavior was changing. The long afternoons where she disappeared into her room, the slurred phone calls, the nights she wasn't able to drive, the days she seemed distant, irritated, or unfocused. And the most heartbreaking part, the people who tried to help her say she's now in complete denial, that she's slipping deeper into her habits, hiding behind luxury, pretending everything is fine, but it's not fine. And the ones who feel it the most are the 2 children caught in the middle. You would think that someone who posts polished family photos would take special care of their children in everyday life. But according to those around Meghan and Harry's home, the picture behind the scenes is very different. Sources say the children often appear disheveled, not messy in the normal kid way, but in a way that feels ignored. Liliette, who should be around 4.5, was seen wearing a diaper that looked soiled. People who know parenting say that at her age, she shouldn't even be in diapers anymore. She's also been shown wearing the same pajamas over and over. The kind of cheap pair you'd expect to see once, not every single time she appears. But the most puzzling detail, Lillette's wig. A wig that looks unbrushed, tangled, almost forgotten, even though Meghan herself appears in expensive outfits, perfect makeup, and flawless hair. Then there's Archie. Sources say he wears the same small black shoes with white soles every time he's seen. One pair, no variety, no change. Just the same shoes again and again, even as Meghan steps out in $1,600 worth of clothing. And what about Harry? People say he barely talks to the kids. Meghan barely does either. It's the assistants, the friends, or Marcus Anderson, not the parents who spend the most time actually speaking to them. It's not just neglect. It's a whole family drifting apart under the weight of 2 adults losing control of their own lives. and this is only the beginning. Amid the chaos, one person tried to pull Meghan back. Someone who truly loved her. Someone who had been with her long before the titles, the fame, and the cameras. Her mother, Doria. Sources say Doria confronted Meghan about her drinking, not out of anger, but out of fear. Fear for Meghan's health, fear for the children, fear for the home that was slowly slipping into dysfunction. Doria reportedly pushed her gently at first, then firmly, telling her she needed help, telling her the drinking had gone too far. But Meghan refused, and what started as concern turned into a full argument. Doria was exhausted. She had seen signs for months, the mood swings, the constant drinking, the denial. She wanted Meghan to go to rehab, to take a break, to get ahead of the problem before it spiraled any further. But Meghan didn't want to hear it. She didn't believe she had a problem. She didn't want anyone telling her what to do, not even her mother. The argument became one of the biggest fights between them. And after that day, those close to the situation say something changed. Doria pulled back a little. Meghan grew defensive, and the home felt even more divided because when the one person who always tried to guide you steps out of the way, it means something is very, very wrong. And by this point, Meghan's struggles were no longer private. They were affecting the kids, the marriage, and even the people trying to help her. But the most revealing parts of her world, the people she relies on, the double life she's living, and the questions still hanging over her home. Those stories are just beginning. When a home begins to fall apart, someone always steps into the empty spaces, the gaps left behind by parents who are too busy, too distracted, or too wrapped up in their own problems. In Meghan and Harry's world, that someone is Marcus Anderson. Marcus has been close to Meghan for years, long before the royal wedding, long before the documentaries, and long before all the chaos that followed. He's one of the few people she trusts completely, almost like a shadow always drifting just behind her. And according to people inside the household, Marcus is the one who often ends up filling Meghan's place when she pulls away. Sources say he is the one who talks to the children the most. He's the one who plays with them, who listens to them, who steps in when Meghan and Harry are busy arguing or retreating into their own corners of the house. It's not unusual anymore to hear that Marcus is the calm voice the children hear more often than their parents. He smiles with them. He talks to them gently. He sits with them. And as odd as it sounds, he has become the steady adult presence in a home where the two main adults are struggling to stay steady themselves. But Marcus's closeness to Meghan raises questions too. Why does she rely on him so much? Why does she seem calmer when he's around? And why is he stepping into roles that belong to their mother and father? People whisper that Meghan leans on him emotionally, especially when she's drinking or when the tension with Harry becomes too heavy. And slowly, almost quietly, Marcus has become a crucial anchor in a home where everything else feels loose and fragile. While the public thinks Meghan spends her days in her grand Montecito estate, walking the gardens, hosting events, writing new projects, the reality is very different. Sources claim Meghan has been spending more time in a private condo in Los Angeles than at home with Harry and the children. A hidden second life, a place away from her duties, her marriage, the cameras, and sometimes even her kids. In that LA condo, Meghan reportedly feels free. Free from the quiet tension in Montecito. Free from Harry's cold distance. Free from the pressure to look like the perfect duchess, wife, or mother. For Meghan, LA is familiar. It's where she grew up. It's where her friends are. It's where she doesn't feel judged. But the more she escapes to this condo, the more the distance grows at home. Harry notices. The children sense it. Even the staff feel the shift. The sudden empty spaces where Meghan's presence should be. It's not just a second home. It's a second life. And choosing between those two worlds is slowly tearing her first world apart. With Meghan's struggles now impossible to ignore, the quiet concern inside her circle is turning into something more urgent. Sources close to the situation are asking painful questions. If Meghan refuses help, who steps in next? If both parents are slipping, who protects the children? If the tension continues growing, will the marriage survive? If the drinking worsens, will someone intervene formally? People whisper about welfare checks, about family intervention, about what could happen if the drinking and the distance continue at the same pace. Harry's silence doesn't help. He is present physically, but emotionally he floats in and out, dealing with his own issues. Some say he's too exhausted to fight. Others believe he's too lost in his own habits and confusion to see what's happening around him. And through all of this, the children remain in the middle, too young to understand the truth, yet old enough to feel the cold spaces, the arguments, the long absences, and the quiet sadness that rests over the house like a heavy blanket. People close to them worry the family has reached a turning point, a moment where something has to change or everything might break at once. And that brings us to the ending of this chapter, and the beginning of something far more serious.